What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Brute Strength Day 39, I think it is. I don't even have count of it at this point, but I didn't upload for quite a few days because I was focusing on some other stuff, writing my ebook that I'm working on, which is going to be released this month for free. Going to be about how to combine strength and flexibility for beginners and get strong without neglecting the ability to move well. And in general, I just had to make some considerations about my training because what I've been doing the past like the last 1.5 months, haven't been really good. After, as I talked about, after the 10 reps, 150, I've done a little bit too much volume, and then I've worked too close to my max for many weeks in a row, and that is probably a problem when squatting 3 times a week and also while doing the same variation constantly. So I'm changing it up a little bit. Um, I'm reading Westside Barbell Book of Method right now, and today I started out with some couch stretch because I've been neglecting this for some time. Um, and last year I built up to being able to do a full wrist Nordic and had really good couch stretch. And I did it also this the couch stretches 2 days earlier. I was surprised to see that I can almost get up to a full wrist Nordic despite having not trained it for the last 8 months. So I haven't lost much because when I started it last year, it took me like 2.5, 3 months of training to get the full Nordic here. And now I think I can get it within like 2 or 3 weeks again. So that's still a lot of muscle memory, and I haven't totally lost it. But the idea is that doing this is not really fatiguing for me, because I mean it's just body weight. You can see the look at my face like this is torture to me. And that's also one of the reasons I have to do it because I'm not that opened up in my hip flexor, so I want to be able to do this stuff with without any difficulty. So that's also why I'm doing it. But also, I feel like in a front squat, my squat is more upright, and I can stay more upright when my hips are opened up. And this also activates the glutes to keep the hips opened up. If you watch my squats, you'll notice that I always end up rugging it forward a little bit when I push out of the hole. And I think that is, I mean, it's probably okay. Like you see Clarence Kennedy do it as well. But I want to be able to stay as upright as possible. The main problem is when the back starts rounding a little bit compared to on the way down. You want to keep the back in the same position at all the time. But the main issue that I'm worried about with the when I rock forward is that the bar is not traveling in like the really like perfect position, like up and down. That it moves a little bit forward. So in terms of that force production going straight up and down, it could be better. But you will see here that for every set that I'm doing, my hips they get more opened up, and I'm doing sets of 1 minute, um, where I first relax for 10 seconds, then I try to go deeper for 10 seconds, relax again, go deeper for 10 seconds, relax, and go really fucking deep for 10 seconds. So contract, relax. PNF stretching is also what it's called. So when I try to go really fast, I try to really try to push the stretch. I really try to get my spine upright and contract the glutes to get a big stretch. And then when I get into the position upright, I try to relax the glutes, and focus a lot on my breath to just get rid of the pain and get comfortable in that position. You can already see here in this second set, I'm able to get my head down touching the floor way easier. And my knees they are moving up a little bit when I get down in the bottom, again because I'm pushing it pretty far this here. So when I get down here, I have to push up. You can see that my knees they lift up a little bit, but on this last set here, they don't do that, and I'm able to get a little bit deeper. You'll also notice that I have my knee all the way into the wall. This is to get a full stretch in the quad. So I'm not just stretching my hip flexors, but also the quad getting a stretch both at the knee and at the hips, which is also what makes this so brutal. If I just wanted to go for the hips, I could just have my lower leg lying on the floor and still be in this position here. But I feel like this challenges me more, and you can see for every time I push it, like I just get even more upright. Like here, my back is like fully upright, and I have the leg way far out. Like it is way better than when I started. Also, you saw me moving my hands overhead in the end there, and basically because like the lats, they go all the way like down from the hip and up to the shoulder, so it's connected there, so you get a bigger stretch in the hips like that. But yeah, I'm happy to see that despite not doing it for a while, I'm able to almost have the full thing still. Like you can see, I'm not that far away from having the shoulders down and the back down touching. So that is extremely good, and I hope that I can eventually do this with a little bit of weight without any problems, and just have really opened up hips. Because as I've said for a long time, I think things like these, being able to move well, is what gives you the longevity to keep going. Because it doesn't matter if you become a world record holder, if you burn out after 1 year, no one is gonna listen to you. You want to be able to also keep going for a while and be in the game for a long time by accomplishing those big things. After that, moved on to dynamic effort, and I did 10 sets of 3 with about 30-45 seconds rest between. Should have been a little bit longer rest, but it's probably fine that I didn't take 45 seconds as they recommend in Westside, because I didn't have the elastic band. But what they recommend is that you start with you go 3-week pendulums, and you start at 50% of your max with 25% band tension. Then you go up to 55% the next week and 60% the week after that. So in the top, it's like 75%, 80%, 85% with the band tension. But in the bottom, it's not that much. And the reason is they do it with the band is because it forces you to go fast as it becomes so the band pulls you down, so you get down quicker, which gives you more of an gives you so when you go down quicker, you obviously have to go you obviously usually go up faster as well, because you have more speed, you get more of the stretch reflex. So it's a very good way to do it. So I'm just trying to move absolutely with intent here and really be cautious of my form to keep the elbows up and avoid shooting the hips backwards. And in general, this is actually very fast. I was surprised with how fast 100 kilo were when I was really in the groove, and especially after I was already 100% warmed up from the calf stretch. I could really feel like that made a difference, because usually I don't feel like 100 kg moves this fast. So that was 10 sets of 3. And after that, I moved on to the good mornings. Actually, I should mention why they do dynamic effort with like 50 to 60% and not heavier or lighter than that. It's because they had like Yuri Vakoshansky, the Soviet Union strength coach, found out a long time ago where he did a study on a very strong person who used a 154 pounds bar, and he was able to produce 264 pounds of force on that, and 154 pounds is 58% of 264. So that 58% is the optimal range for dynamic effort. But yeah, what we just saw here was 5 sets of 5 good morning with 75 kg, and I'm moved away from the really high volume good mornings, because as I've talked about, I think they caused my squats to absolutely plummet, because I was feeling excessively fatigued, like I wanted to throw up after every Saturday session. So now my Saturdays are just 4 sets of 4 with 75 plus a set of 8. Actually 5 sets of 4 plus 8, and then on the Monday I do 4 sets of 6. Then the week after that I'm gonna do a couple sets of 4, a couple sets of 3, and a set of 7 with 80 kg, and 5 times 5 with 80 kg on the Monday. And then I'd move on to 5 sets of 3 and a set of 6 with 85, and on the Saturday, and 6 sets of 4 with 80 kg on the Monday. And then I rotate back to sets of 8 and the 4 sets of 6 again, just with 2.5 kg more. And if I can keep that going for 6 weeks up to 95 kg for 8, 95 kg for 6, then that is going to be good. So then I should be good for doing stiff leg good mornings with 100 kg without problems. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, basically what I've also noticed is that my Nordics, as you see here, are feeling a lot better. They're obviously not perfect. My hips are not fully opened up, but I'm able to do sets of 2 and sets of 3 without any problems. As my fourth exercise of the day, I finished the session off with prayer extension, and that was it. Really refreshing to do this for you all.